years is who you're voting for. You're actually kidding me. Have you seen the spread on the tax, like the two tax plans? Like Kamala's would have benefited like poor people, middle class. Trump's would have hurt poor people, middle class. Trump's would have helped the rich people. Ours would have taxed him just like a little bit more, just a tiny bit, and it would have like really helped the deficit. Now Trump's in there doing surgery with like a shotgun to the budget.
Surgery with a shotgun. There we go. Oopsie, sorry. I did not mean to do that.
What's up, Ari? What's up, Tanner? What's up, Tans? Chat MAGA, get in the box. Get in the box. Come debate a soy boy. Who else is live right now? Who's got all my viewers?
There we go. Tanner says he couldn't see you on live. No, I know. I couldn't push. I don't know what's going on.
I actually went live for 3 minutes and I got 0 viewers earlier just now before this live. It's Harry, Chris, everybody's on. Dirty Dan, Good Trouble, Danny, Doug, Mo Moderate, Good Lord, Tashika, Monica. Guys, stop streaming while I'm streaming. Someone tell Harry he's not allowed to stream while I'm streaming. Yeah, Miss Panda, go for it. You didn't get notified? Guys, if you subscribe to my Discord, if you're in my Discord, you can get push notifications every time I go live. Make sure you're in my Discord. Or if you follow me on my YouTube will give you push notifications when I go live. Same thing with Twitch. Guys, what do I join the Discord?
I am build the wall.
Ooh, those look delicious, Cupcake. You need to take a bigger bite than that, though. You couldn't see if I was on. You had to search up the name. Let me see if my other account sees that I'm on.
That's how I have to do it sometimes, but I don't know if that's just me, and I follow you.
No, it shows me on.
I know.
Still no... Mr. Tiki Tech. Drill Baby Drizzle. Hello?
It's just me. So did you guys hear the breaking news? They named the assassin. His name is Robert Paulson. He was found. You don't get it from Fight Club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, man, they've been having reports of the guy. People have been calling in saying that they saw him in the North Pole. Like, they're having groups of people go out dressed up as this guy in New York walking around just so they can
run cover for him. I know it's like anonymous. It's like the
so
face
wild,
mask
man.
they all wear. Well, we should be the Marxist freedom fighter. Like, listen, this is the thing. I don't want anyone to be unalived, but like, here's some things I know as somebody who reads all the news, as you know, and also as someone who almost died 4 years ago and had United Healthcare, and they denied every single request every single insurance claim I had, like over and over and over. They automatically deny people. That's what he had etched on those pew pew things inside the pew pew was it's delay, deny, defend, because that is the strategy of the insurance company, hoping that people will unalive before they pay people. So while I don't want anyone to be unalived, when the response of the insurance companies to the backlash online of people being like, well, you're letting us unalive, why should we care that he was unalive? Their response was to start investments in private security firms, and the market for private security firms in Wall Street, the market cap has risen, and they are all getting private security for their CEOs. They're not going to make it easier for anyone to get insurance. They are literally just like, let's just get our CEOs private security and continue to deny everyone's insurance claims, and we'll just get better security. The answer is not, hey, some people, this seems like late stage capitalism, and people are pretty furious, and maybe we should take a look at like our health insurance model in this country. Like, you want to talk about a needless capitalistic industry? The insurance company isn't producing anything. They're a go-between, an unnecessary go-between.
Did you hear what they found in his backpack? He had a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and a bunch of Monopoly money in the backpack that they found. This is really odd, guys. So I have a conspiracy about this, right? This is my conspiracy, and it's completely Tic Tac's conspiracy. This is on nobody else. So there was a book written in 2019 by Jay Feynman. It's called Delay, Deny, and Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. I think this is Holden Caulfield kind of stuff. This is Catcher in the Rye kind of stuff that we're seeing right now. That's just my conspiracy.
That's what? Have you read Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah.
You must not have read Catcher in the Rye,
where he talks about putting on his people hunting hat.
That's not the point of this is nothing. That's not about dystopian America. Catcher in the Rye is about a rich kid, a Nepo baby, who goes to private school and wanders around New York thinking, God, everyone looks so sad, when really he is the sad, depressed one. You might be thinking about the fact someone who unalived John Lennon had a copy of Catcher in the Rye with them, but that made no sense because, like, cool,
That's
he was reading Catcher in the Rye and he unalived someone, but Catcher in the Rye is not a political novel.
That's what I mean. Catcher in the Rye was quoted by what's his name?
The man who unalived John Lennon. But John Lennon, I need to be clear. You have to understand that person was just insane.
I understand.
Like that. Catcher in the Rye, like that made no sense.
Okay.
This actually makes sense. Like, right, a professor emeritus at Rutgers, whose job is critiquing the insurance industries and saying, here's the insurance industry's plan to unalive people, right? That's what delay, deny, defend is. It's him explaining, here's how insurance companies plan to give more money, more profits to their shareholders and let Americans unalive in the process. It's the roadmap to how they're doing it. So yeah, it's the critique on late stage capitalism and what the insurance industry is doing, which is unaliving Americans. But it's not a one-to-one comparison to say that the guy who had a copy of Catcher in the Rye who unalived John Lennon, like that guy, that manifesto made no sense.
I'm making the comparison saying that the guy saying he read Catcher in the Rye was the reason why he unalived John Lennon to this book.
But I'm saying, if you read Delay, Deny, Defend, you're learning how insurance companies are unaliving people. If you read Catcher in the Rye, you're not learning anything about anything. You're just reading a great book Like, I love J.D. Salinger. J.D. Salinger is my god, but he's not saying anything about anything. Like, as far as capitalism.
Not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm making the comparison of the assassination of that. He's claiming it on the book. He's saying the book had made me do it. Or I read the book, he had copies, like many copies of the book, and then this guy has this written on the actual shells, the book. That's the only comparison I'm making.
I'm gonna chime in. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just woke up. I'm very tired. I didn't want to be up here long because I know it ruins the algorithm. So, Pickles, how long are you going live? Like how much longer?
I just went live. I just started. Why?
Oh, so you go like I don't know, like all like late night probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm just curious. Then I'll do some things. I got you. Just give me a few minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know. I like the Robert Paulson thing too. This kind of seems like they're going after, they're trying to crash the system. It's not a good idea, but I get the sentiment. All right. Well, I was going to bed. I just came up to yak for a minute and tell you all have a good night.
All right, man.
Yes,
You too. Sorry, I've got a million settings I'm pushing around in front of me. I'm trying to fix this chat on YouTube, guys. Bear with me if you're watching. The dead silence. I'm so sorry. Yeah. What did you do today, Felice?
Oh, like walked 5 miles?
Oh, nice.
Listen, I just follow lines of logic, and I've read Catcher in the Rye like hundreds of times. It's one of my favorite literary masterpieces of all time. Like, I could do a one-man show of Catcher in the Rye. I'm saying this is the line of logic is, it's not that he read that book and then got angry and decided, I need to unalive someone, right? Like, it's that the insurance industry has a very specific plan to let Americans unalive and profit off of it, right? So the book is just his point. Like, that was his point of reference. Like, so people can understand why I'm doing this. If you're interested in why, then you can go read that book, which is a blueprint for insurance companies' plans, right? Like, but if you read Catcher in the Rye, you're not going to understand why that man unalived John Lennon. That's the point I'm making, because it doesn't make any, like, there's no social commentary in Catcher in the Rye that would teach you, like, oh, okay, now I understand why you point blank unalived a socialist, singer on the street corner. Like, that's what I'm saying, is like, that man is saying, like, what I personally think is that either his, he has a child who he had to watch suffer an illness while they denied his claims automatically. They call them pre-authorizations. They're automatic denials. It's not even a human being denying people's insurance claims anymore. It's an algorithm. They just deny. I almost died 4 years ago. It happened to me. My insurance was United Healthcare. So, like, this is something that's happening to people in real life. And this guy is saying, hey, I'm angry that insurance companies' plans, who are pretending to care about American human lives, are to let us unalive and hand profits to the billionaire class. It's a crime against humanity. Yeah, like, that's the problem when privatized profit is involved in health. The goal is not to keep us alive. It's to hand as much money to shareholders as possible. It's actually more beneficial to insurance companies if we don't live, in some cases, right? Because like once you're in stage 3, stage 4 of an illness, it's very expensive to take care of someone. They would almost rather deny you so that you don't live because they save more money. Yeah, I feel for you, type 1 diabetic. Chronic illness, the suffering is never ending with those insurance companies and the automatic denials. United Healthcare was under investigation by Congress for the automatic denials and the algorithm they were using to deny people. Like, I know I was specifically 2 of the things they were under investigation for by Congress was they were refusing to pay for, this is Medicare. This is people, we all have Medicare to look forward to. They wouldn't pay for care after Medicare patients had strokes. They were being investigated by Congress for that. What was the other thing? It was they weren't paying for people who had strokes. And there's another thing that's like insanely wild. It's like, what? Oh yeah. If somebody with Medicare, an American citizen with Medicare fell, they wouldn't pay for the aftercare of the fall. Like they'd pay for them in the emergency room, but not for the aftercare of the fall.
Oh my God.
Like, and they were under investigation. And I think it was like Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren who was like, we cannot follow behind you, Brian Thompson and United Healthcare, like, and check up if every time a Medicare patient falls that we have to check up and make sure you're taking care of them. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. There's so many horrible things going on in the insurance industries. Who knows what that guy's story is?
Did you see that story about that guy that did a TikTok? I literally saw this TikTok. It was a guy and he was like on a bike and this random TikToker, like on the street TikToker is like, hey, and she stopped and she interviewed him and he's like, I've been thinking about doing something. And she's like, what is it? And like he alluded to like wanting to like leave the country and like go be with his lover. And he had a wife and a kid. And then a few weeks later, you see this guy, there was like a 2-week hunt, like search for this guy that went missing. It was him. He faked his own death, like drove his truck into like a lake or something. And he like posted a video from his new place, probably in, some island somewhere. And he's like, I'm alive. I just want my family to know, I'm alive. It's like to stop looking for me. Yeah. Like they spent like so much money and resources on like looking for him.
Who's that guy that like DB Cooper? Is that what his name is? That the famous guy who like stole a bunch of money, then like parachuted somewhere and they say he's still alive or something.
Wisconsin man, yes. Faked his own drowning and left his wife and 3 children. He was located in Eastern Europe and is communicating with law enforcement. He is not committed to returning home, and authorities said. I literally saw the TikTok of this guy with no context before this happened. And then this story happened and it like referenced that TikTok and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. And then he made a video and just was like, stop looking for me. I don't want to hang out with you guys anymore. Like, that's probably actually going to scar his children more. Do you know what I mean?
clues. He reported that his passport was lost or stolen, obtained a new one a few months before he disappeared. Oh, shit. It led investigators to speculate that he made it appear that he drowned to go meet a woman that he'd been communicating with in the Central Asian country of Uzbekistan. Podol declined to comment when asked what he knew about the woman, but he said law enforcement contacted Borgwart through a female that spoke Russian.
My God, he has a Russian girlfriend. It's just like, stop looking for me. I was just pretending.
Oh my!
Yeah, you should have let your kids think you drowned, because that's probably would have been healthier for them than finding out that. Like, can you imagine his 3 children?
Yeah.
Oh,
like, you're not even welcome home after that, honestly.
Sad.
Right? Like, damn.
Oh, definitely. No, he should have just. Yeah, that's horrible. And Uzbekistan. Good luck with that. Like, good luck with the most
man was searching for a way out.
USSR country in the world. Because they're gonna hold you. Like, you're probably a high value target. Like, and we're not going to trade for you. So
you don't trip and fall and accidentally fall in love with some woman in Uzbekistan. Like, you're on the internet searching.
No, he was. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was like a plan.
Hello, Joni?
It's not a good time to be in the former USSR.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I'm a friendly, so I just, y'all were talking about sorry, it's totally off the subject, but the games that are being played now are the championship games, not the playoffs. I wanted Felicia to know that. You know what I mean?
It is a playoff. It is a playoff. It's the top 12 playing off to get to the national championship.
To get to the national, but these are regional championships that are.
Oh, you mean the conference championships? What did I say? Sorry.
You said
Sorry.
playoffs, but they're championship games like.
Yeah,
Georgia.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just wanted you to know.
I was just muttering. No, I do. I don't. Yeah, I think I just said the wrong word.
There's
theory
just so many
know,
layers.
But I'm just saying
there's
things.
so many layers in football. So, and they're changing the way they're doing the playoffs this year. They're going to have more teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're having a 12. Yeah, top 12 make it to the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, no, I do understand. I think I apologize for misspeaking and saying the word playoff. I do understand.
You don't have to apologize. I just wanted to make sure you knew. And we watched Georgia tonight.
I understand. I was a Division I athlete. I understand.
Oh, good for you. Well, I do love y'all's live, and I do watch it all, listen to it all the time. And Pickles and Felicia, you guys are great. You really put the right information out there. I just wish more and more people heard you. And
I only cheer for Taylor Swift. That's funny.
I cheer for Taylor Swift. I love her.
All right. Oh, we might have opposition.
Bye. You can just drop me off.
I got you.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you so much for the ups. I was gonna try to follow you, but thank you. It was nice to meet you, Joni. I apologize for misspeaking.
Hello.
Good evening.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Can you let them see the comments since we don't need that? Yeah, because they're. Yeah, there you go.
I'm kind of on the fence if that's okay.
Sure. What do you like about Trump?
Not much, but there are things that I can say. Knowing what I know about American propaganda, he speaks a good game. Same thing with Harris. They all spoke a good game. I know why Kamala actually lost, though.
Why do you think Kamala lost?
Because she used years of propaganda tactics against black people, intelligent black people, and black people saw through it. That's my theory.
What do you think? What kind of propaganda?
I think that Kamala Harris, let me get this out of the way. I think all of them were psychopaths both Trump and Kamala. But I think that Kamala's approach towards achieving the vote of the black community not only was disrespectful, but detrimental.
So I want to reflect back on this.
Sir,
Trump did sell sneakers and then say that black people can identify with him because he's been wrongfully convicted.
and I would like to reflect on that by saying I don't trust either one of those people, and I think they're both despicable.
I mean, that's probably
well,
the most...
I have a thought as a multiracial person who's part black. Here's my thought, right?
Let me interject before
are you African American?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so you're black. Okay, cool. And I'm part black, right? Like I'm part black, part Mexican, indigenous. But I'll say this: don't think I would, because I could take you through Kamala's whole life. Like, right, I could show you her resume. I could explain to you what she's done for the black community, for for brown and black people in this country. But I don't think that's the point. I think it's like you said, it's less about who those people were, more about policies, right? And I can tell you that not all Republicans, not all people that vote for the Republican Party are racist. Certainly not. But all racists vote for the Republican Party. Now, why is that? Right? Because well, hold on. Let me just finish. Why is that? That is because there is only one party, right, whose policies disenfranchise black and brown people. And that is those are conservatives in this country. Conservative policy disenfranchises, depowers, devalues black and brown people in this country, right?
I disagree.
That's the truth. You can say, I like Donald Trump, or they're both, you're doing a what about? Well, they're both crazy, so that cancels them out. It doesn't matter. There is only one party whose policies disenfranchise black and brown people, and that's conservatives.
I disagree. I think rich people disenfranchise.
No, it's not. No, okay, listen. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. I'm telling you a fact. You can say I am ignorant of the facts, but I am telling you facts.
I can't say that you're ignorant of the facts, but what I can say is
No, I'm saying you are ignorant of the facts.
Okay, cool.
I'm not asking for you to agree or disagree. I am stating a fact. And maybe you don't know that you don't understand the facts that conservative policies are meant to drag us back in time, right? What is states' rights, brother, about? Let me just tell you about about conservative policy, right? States' rights, that was about slavery. That was about conservatives in the South saying, we still want, wait, let me finish. Just listen to me. I'm making a point. I'm following a line of logic. Conservatives in the South saying, we want our slaves. So the rest of you are saying no more slavery. We don't care. Conservatives in the South said, states' rights, brother. We want our slaves. Right? That's what states' rights is about. When you hear a Republican saying states' rights, that was the first time they invoked states' rights, was to keep black Americans as slaves, right? To disenfranchise them. The second time, I bet you're a 2A guy. You must love 2A. Do you know the history of 2A? 2A, the reason they said we need a well-regulated militia, that was to track down and shoot runaway slaves in the legs. That was conservatives in the South that said, states' rights, we need these weapons. We need these weapons because our slaves are running away, and we need to make an example out of them. That's states' rights, brother. That's the conservatives. You know, the next time they use states' rights, brother, that was to disenfranchise the black and brown vote, to gerrymander the states, to disenfranchise black and brown people in the South and depower their ability to vote. States' rights, brother. I'm telling you facts. Conservative policy is meant to disenfranchise and depower black and brown people. Those are facts.
May I interject? As a people of this country, for the the entirety of this country's existence. The powerful have subjected the weak to unquestionable things. What happened to our ancestry is abhorrent, horrible. What happened to everybody's ancestors in this country that went through something horrible, it's completely disgusting. But hear me out. I don't agree with neither side of this shit, bro. I'm talking to you as a black woman that agrees with whatever side you agree with. Me talking to you as a black man that don't agree with none of that shit. As a woman that agrees with one particular side. I don't agree with none of that shit. I think.
No, I agree with the truth. You don't know what I agree with. I'll critique any policy that when an impact study is done, when you do a impact study, and if it disproportionately disenfranchises any group, the day we start passing policies that disproportionately disenfranchise white people, I will fight for their rights too. That day just hasn't come. I just want to be clear. If people are being marginalized, I will fight for their rights to not be marginalized. That includes any group that is being disenfranchised.
We are all still, like, I guess you guys, well, of course you can't, but most people can't see when they're marginalized because everybody's so marginalized and comfortable. We're all comfortable being marginalized. Like, look at everything that we so-called have so comfortably.
What? I don't know. Give me an example, bro. I mean, I'm a straight white man. You might tell me where I've been marginalized.
Let's not do that straight white man shit. Let's not do that. You're a dude.
Okay, I'm a dude. Where have I been marginalized?
Marginalized how? Well, no. Let's not even do that because I think I do know how you've been marginalized. They've been trying to criminalize you for the longest. But hear me out. There are things like, bro, ma'am. For both sides, they've been doing certain things for years, and they've been fighting to make sure that all of us, like, well, I'm not a right winger or a left winger. Like, I just watch. Like, look what they have done to literally all of you, and look what they've done to all of us, and look how they propagandize their what is that word? Like how they propagandize.
That's a word. That's a word. You got it.
Their influence. They propagandize their influence, and they do it every election year, and they circumvent it through certain ways through media. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yeah, no, we can hear. We're listening to you. Look, I just think. Here's the thing. I'm also. You said you like to watch. Hey, we love a voyeur here. We super. I also like to watch, and that's the thing. So I would tell you this: don't listen to any words Donald Trump says ever again. Right? And I would say do continue watching, but what you're not tracking is the pattern of behavior, right? Because I'm telling you, if you were watching closely, then you would know that not all Republicans are racist, but all racists are Republicans. And that is because the fundamental building blocks of the conservative party are to drag us back in time. Right?
That's saying no Democrats are racist.
Wait, can you just let me? I listened to you say your thing. Let me just finish. No, there's racists. We know that you're a black man. There are racist Democrats too. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about how people legislate. I'm talking about policies. Right? The word conservative. What they're saying is, when you hear people say, I'm a constitutionalist conservative, what they are saying is, I believe that in the time the Constitution was written, the 1700s, right? The late 1700s, we are meant to interpret the constitutions in its originalist form, meaning, hey, the only people who were recognized in this late 1700s as citizens were white male landowners. That is it. And that is what the Conservative Party is saying. They want to conserve the way things were. And progressives on the left are saying, we want to progress. We want equity. We want women to vote, right? We want the 19th Amendment. We want to amend the Constitution so women can vote. We want black people to not be 3/5 of a person. You know, like that's moving forward, right? And the whole time, conservatives stick their heels in and say, we don't want change. States' rights, brother. We like our slaves. We like brown and black people being slaves. States' rights. We have the right to oppress brown and black people. We don't want women to vote, right? Have you ever heard of the phrase "women and children first"?
Yes.
Do you know why they started saying "women and children first"? Like that means like into lifeboats. No one really knows where that comes from. You can look this up. I have a degree in history. I understand the very bigoted history of conservatives in this country. The reason they were saying women and children first is because it wasn't going that way when, back in the day, travel was mainly by boat to get across the Atlantic, and there were ships sinking, and women and children weren't first. And women started saying, hey, no one cares about us. I'm being DV'd, right? Like I'm being beat up by my husband. I'm not a real person. I can't go get my own place because I can't have a credit. I don't have any credit. I have to have my husband as a co-signer. Back then, women, if they were raped and it was their husband, that didn't count because they're married, right? And their husband owned them. They were chattel. So women started saying, hey, you guys won't even let us get into lifeboats first. Right? And we're not allowed to vote. I have no representation in this country. And they started saying, we want to vote. So there was this huge campaign, women and children first, meaning, hey, if we protect women, maybe we don't have to give them the vote. If we quiet women down and we stop the domestic V and we stop essaying them and we let them get in the lifeboats first, maybe they won't keep with this suffrage movement and they won't force us to let them to vote. Every step of the way, conservatives have fought people who just want what? Equity and equality. The same thing that white male landowners always had. People are just like, I just want what you have. And white male landowners in this country are saying when equality can feel a lot like being marginalized, right? Or that's what it seems to me with MAGA. They're like, I was special and now I'm not. But the policies of the Conservative Party have always been to oppress people, to slow down progress, and to stop people from gaining equity and equality.
All right. With all of that being said, which actually some of it I did not know, that's very eye-opening. At the same time, like the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, they're two sides of the same coin. Like nobody gives a freak about us.
I don't think that's true, man.
White man, black woman, black man.
I don't think that's true. Let me ask you something.
Yes,
Do you know anything that this administration has done in the last 4 years? Like, can you name any of like the bills that they've passed?
Joe Biden's bills?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, no, I do not.
This is why I would say I don't think you're qualified to say that, dude. Like, I could list off a bunch of things that they've done that are like historical, good bills, monumental bills, like historical investments in climate change, huge investments in infrastructure.
And please interject.
Go ahead.
I don't agree with that because these are things that they have been so-called implementing for years. And
Look, I'll agree with you there. Listen, I'll agree with you in this. Like, as Democrats, we got to stop with the.
Wait. Let me finish.
I agree with what you're saying. I mean, to a certain extent.
Let me just dive in real quick. I agree with the fellow, man. You are right. I am not qualified to like have an opinion on the ideals and perspectives and policies of people that are quote unquote greater than me. But look at the country. Look at where we are from both parties.
Yeah. The thing is, you need to be able to tell why things are the way they are. We need to know what's going on in order to like prescribe policy to that. So when we say, hey, the economy's bad, my dollar's not worth as much as it used to be. Like groceries expensive, gas is expensive.
What was the Second Amendment for?
I don't know. I feel like we're pivoting.
Track down runaway slaves.
Fuck out of here. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. That is not what the Second Amendment was for.
Okay, sir, I was just telling you this like 10 minutes ago. Yes, it was. It was states' rights, brother. Slaves were running away, and the Southern conservatives said, we have the right to have well-regulated militias to track down our runaway slaves and shoot them in the legs.
All right, boom. So, ma'am, what do
so that is what I just want you to know as a black man. 2A was 2A. White men in the South saying we need to track down our runaway slaves and shoot them in the legs and drag them back and make examples of them.
All right, cool.
Okay, so just know that as you support 2A, that's what it was.
Hear me out. I can understand your very valid fucking point. But yo, like in 2024, as a Second Amendment ideal, what is that word? What is that word?
An idealist?
An idealist, yes, ma'am. As a Second Amendment idealist, what are we doing wrong today?
What's going on with the Pew Pew situation today?
I was waiting for her answer. I'm sorry.
No, like, hey, I'll tell you, like, let's just get off 2A for a second, because I think, like, this is what you need to think. You keep trying to both sides the argument, and that's something that you see on the right a lot. Like, it's just, they'll say, well, both sides are evil. Like, and I get how you, listen, no, let me just finish something. Let me just finish, because I'll validate you to a certain extent. You know, as a black man, yeah, there's racism in this country, and to a certain extent, you will always be oppressed by the same people, and we all are. And this is what I want you to tell. You don't need to both sides it. You, me, everyone in this chat, Pickles, the host, everybody, we are all in the same lifeboat together, and we are all being robbed by the same people. We are being robbed by the capitalists, the billionaire class. That's where our money is. That's why we're all suffering, looking around for someone to blame. Right? It's not the immigrants. It's not trans people. It is the billionaire class. If you're wondering where your money is and who stole it, that's what it is. But Donald Trump convinced MAGA somehow that immigrants with nothing, who fled their countries in fear for their lives with nothing, have their money. They don't. The same people have always had our money. The donor class. The rich people, that we are seeing huge transfers of wealth, right? That's the sine wave of capitalism. Boom, bust, boom, bust. In the bust, that is where the transfers of wealth happen. Wealth is trickling up, not down, right? And that's what you have to get, is who is robbing you. The question is nothing else but who has our money. The money is at the top of the economy with the billionaires. And we have to either tax it out of them, right? Like, that's the discussion. How do we regulate capitalism? How do we make the money circulate back down to the middle of the economy?
Are you got some music going on in your background, bro?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was that was me. Sorry.
Are you driving?
Oh fuck no, I would never.
Okay.
Well, I was taking in what she was saying to me and using what she was saying as a catalyst to further my dementia.
Your dementia?
Yeah, my dementia.
Do you have dementia?
I don't know. I've never been diagnosed. I think.
Well, I mean, little known fact, you kind of have to be I mean, they can theorize, right? But you, like, as far as things like Alzheimer's, they really only know till post-mortem. It's like,
Like knowing what I know now for the years that I've been around. Like the thing that bugs me out is like how nobody else can see. Well, not even, I don't want to say nobody else can see, but like, it's weird, like how intelligent some of you people are. and yet,
women, yeah, we do have brains. I know. It's shocking to find out that women's brains work.
ma'am,
It's shocking.
fine. No, ma'am, that's not what I mean. That is not what I mean at all. When I
Don't tell
say,
anyone though. We like to be underestimated.
ma'am, my mother raised me.
Kidding
My mother,
to a certain extent.
My mother is not dumb. My mother is not an idiot. She might be a little bit, she might have been ill-equipped to raise a young man, but she's not an idiot. And she didn't raise. I just happened to be one. But at the same time, like, I look at the circumstances in which we are governed as a nation. The weird thing is like how everybody thinks like, yo, both parties, not even both parties, like, regardless of where you stand as a political spectrum, people are strange. To think that you have some sort of like significance to how these people want to quote unquote govern you as a Democrat or a Republican is fucking astonishing to me, especially with all of these people.
Hey, you shouldn't obey in advance, Machiavelli. Don't obey in advance. Like, for real, what should we do? Be quiet and not say the truth? Or should we all go down fighting? Should we just let late stage capitalism slowly unalive us? Or should we endeavor to fight? Is knowledge power in this country? Is being able to think critically, learn, gather knowledge, and disseminate it to other people valuable? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and educate people and fight and have critical conversations.
They have a Second Amendment. The problem with the Second Amendment is all of these freaking psychos that both parties are trying to like punish us with. They're punishing us with certain things, and people don't want to freaking acknowledge it.
What do you mean? What's an example?
Mass shootings.
We're not trying to punish people when reacting to mass shootings. Is that what you think?
I think that people that commit mass shootings, I think they are very much a psycho propaganda mission. Yes, I do.
Do you think that like events like Uvalde were staged?
Yes.
Need to stop listening to Alex Jones right now. This is the last time you're ever going to say that. Have some you're talking about children. I'm a former teacher. You're talking about children who lost their lives, who tried to go to school to learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and who were unfathomably unalived where they stood, holes in their bodies. Have some respect and stop listening to Alex Jones.
We're saying psychopaths don't exist?
No, we are not saying that. Nope. Actually, and just to be clear, the new DSM, the diagnosis is antisocial personality disorder. We're no longer using that term, but no one did say that.
Yeah, I kicked them, guys. That's I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, no, we can't be doing the Alex Jones thing. That was probably no good. It's like a hard no.
Yellow.
Hello.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Better. Fuck yeah. Trump's better, and you know that's a fact. It's the lesser of two evils. Nobody wants Kamala. No.
You got some loud background noise. Can you hook us up with cutting that off or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll turn off my TV. Hold up. My living room is a little bit far. I had to walk. Ah, where is that remote?
Oh, I thought you fell. I thought you tripped or something.
No, Trump's better. Wait, what did this kid say?
You started out by both sidesing the argument. You're like, both sides are bad, but
I'm reading
Trump's
what
better.
this chat's saying. Poor dude, he's gonna have a hard time pretending to be rich.
All right. What do you like about Trump, bro?
No, I just think it's I think both of them are just horrible, but Kamala is even worse. I mean,
I think Trump, like, on every level, on anything, any grievance you would have with Kamala, Trump's like 7 times worse. Like, I would give you any example you like. This both sides thing, it bugs the shit out of me, dude.
I know. It's like the path. They think it's the path of least resistance. If I just say,
right.
hey, it's cool, we're both bad. And now I'm going to say some untrue things. And now I'm going to follow that up with some disinformation.
Okay, fine. Then we could talk about how, Kamala ran on how she's going to fix the economy. She's going to housing, this, all that. Her housing policy was just spend, right? She says she's going to fix all this stuff. And then, come to find out her campaign's finished. We find out that in 3 months, she spent $1 billion US. Is this a person who's going to fix the economy?
Dude,
They did fix the economy.
Your guy did. Okay.
Would you trust someone like that?
This is,
bro.
wow.
Have you looked at this before?
Hey, you said something, but let us respond.
Okay.
Have you seen what Trump did versus Biden?
I asked you a question, right?
Well, we're answering your question. That's what we're doing.
Look at this.
So look at the graph.
Trump spent $8.4 trillion. Biden spent 4.3. And that's non-COVID, 4.8 trillion non-COVID. That's extra funsies.
About Trump and Kamala, not Trump and Biden.
Okay. We're talking about.
She's the vice president. No, we're talking about the economy. You're talking about spending, listen, and let us finish.
Please,
the point is that if you're curious who spent more, Trump spent more.
And why is
Trump,
that? Because of COVID,
Trump
right?
ran of non-COVID dollars without COVID, having nothing to do with the pandemic. Trump ran our economy into the ground.
Okay, and also, this is what else I'll show you. You want to see who is going to be better with money. So Trump's tax plan...
So you're saying that right now, under Biden and Harris, that the economy is far better. Everything is so much more...
No, that's a straw man. That's a straw man. We just went through COVID. We're recovering from that. The whole world is still recovering from that. And to pin all of that shit that happened to the economy,
you said it there. It's
you
December
can't even.
Now.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Sam. I'm just reading a comment here.
Talk to us. Don't reach out.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Listen,
I don't
all right,
mind
you're
talking
incorrect
about
about the things you're saying. You're incorrect about the things you're saying. We recovered from the pandemic.
So talk about it.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what we're trying to do, but you're reading comments. That's what Pickles is trying to do.
This is what Trump's tax plan was going to do, or is going to do. It's going to add $3 trillion to the deficit. It's $3 trillion. And this is what Kamala's was going to do. It was going to add $1.6 trillion. So she could do things like tax deductions or tax incentives for buying houses. It was going to pay for itself. It was going to reduce the deficit and do cool things like that. Trump didn't even have a plan for the economy written down. He said, I can still show you, but it's one line on his website, end inflation. That's it. And you guys are like, I'm voting for that.
He's talked about how he's going to work
No,
on
Yeah.
inflation.
inflation's
What's he gonna do?
inflation's already back down. Biden already did that.
What's he
Trump
gonna-
started inflation.
Yes.
What's he going to do to end
so
inflation, bro?
what's he going to do to end inflation? Well, first off, you have to, it's all about energy, right? He's
Okay.
talked about it.
Yeah.
And you
so-
can laugh.
So
but
you're going to
that's-
start to
that's-
tell me
that's the truth,
that we need to
right?
drill more, right?
No, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about
Drill, baby, drill.
I'm talking about the fact that it costs to move things. It costs to
We know.
have these
There's parts of inflation.
exactly.
That's 1/3 of inflation is the energy. Yes. Go on.
So is that not working to fix inflation? Is that just
Okay, what's he gonna do to make energy
We are
cheaper?
energy independent.
What's he going to do to make energy cheaper? Did he ever specify?
We're not even talking about that.
Yes,
No,
we are.
you brought up energy.
You said to
brought it
move
up.
things.
That it's
It makes things cheaper if we make it easier to move things, right? So he's honestly like, this is 5th grade level like economics. Like, this is easy stuff. So like,
No, that's too high.
okay,
That's too high.
well, okay, and honestly, to be fair, it's probably like 8th grade.
it's not.
But this is not like a new idea, and he still hasn't given anybody an idea of like what he's gonna do to make energy prices go down. They're like, well, back when Trump was president, gas was low. It's like, what did he do to do that? What did he do to help gas prices? You guys don't ever know.
No, hold up. Wait a minute.
Bro, are you reading chat?
No, I have my other
Either
phone.
talk to us or you have to talk. You have to stop reading the chat.
Sorry, but if somebody is texting me on my phone, then I'm gonna have to like look at it.
Okay, again, the start of inflation, it's was in fact Donald Trump. The start of inflation was the tariffs. Then what happened next was in 2020 when his cronies in the oil and gas industry learned something, lol, went to Trump and said, gas is too cheap, right? You need to go to MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi prince, and you need to go to Putin and you need to tell him, you need to tell them to stop producing so much oil, because right now the cost of a barrel of oil is way too cheap. You need to lower the amount of oil production so gas prices go up. He is the reason that inflation started going up. Donald Trump brags about it. He brags about what he did. And when that deal ended in 2022, you can directly see that gas prices started going down and inflation started going down. Donald Trump caused the rise in inflation, right? And coupled with the supply chain problems from the Ukraine war, labor issues brought on by COVID, right? Trump couldn't predict COVID. It just exacerbated his huge problem that he created when he manipulated the oil and gas industry for his rich friends.
What? So are you saying that inflation was higher under Trump? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No,
Inflation
I'm trying to
lags.
tell you that inflation goes
So
up.
Inflation wasn't higher under Trump.
No, okay. I'm
was
gonna say
lower.
it really clear. You don't understand how the economy works, lol. You think that you're saying something that makes sense, but you don't understand.
What?
Donald Trump was only in office. Listen to me, lol, because I want you to learn something. So next time you go on a live, you don't sound like this. Donald Trump was in office the first time for only 4 years. The United States economy is not a speedboat. It doesn't turn on a dime. It turns slowly like a giant cruise ship. So Inflation was low because of Obama. Thanks, Obama. He inherited a robust economy that was booming from Obama, right? Actually, Obama was creating 220,000 jobs a month, like on average, the last 3 months of his presidency. Trump was creating, I think, 187 he averaged in his first 2 years. So he actually was losing jobs. He was doing less good at creating jobs than Obama, but inflation was low thanks Obama. That was Obama's economy. The only policies Trump passed that affected our economy at all, Trump's entire economy is Obama's, was number one, the tariffs, right? Or the tax cuts and the tariffs, right? He cut taxes, which is unbelievably irresponsible. Trump was spending on the military, just throwing money, burning through money. And then he said, hey guys, I'm going to take in less tax revenue and I'm going to spend more. There is nothing more irresponsible than that. And then they said, how are you going to pay for this stuff though? You keep spending. And he said, don't worry, I'm going to put tariffs on things and that'll make up the difference. And what happened? The tariffs didn't bring in any money. He grossly, without even talking about the pandemic, then it was just an absolute show once the pandemic came. But before the pandemic, he mismanaged our country. Inflation was low because of Obama.
And so then inflation went up under Trump. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Inflation rose.
What?
Yeah. Inflation started
Sir.
rising when he manipulated the oil and gas industry, when he went to MBS and went to Putin and said, produce less oil.
What do you think?
That's
What do
the
you?
start of the rise of inflation.
Went up with
What-
COVID as well, the stimulus packages.
Hold on. Tell me what you think caused inflation.
What do I think caused inflation? Well, the reckless spending that the Biden administration has been making. But at the same time,
you're serious?
because of COVID. Oh, what am I
That is
serious?
the wrong answer, lol.
We
So-
just
so-
showed
so the
you
Biden
that Biden
administration-
spent way less. It's right here.
What is that about COVID?
Okay, so this is how much Trump spent for COVID. This is how much Biden spent for COVID, 2.1 trillion. Still doesn't even compare to Trump. His non-COVID spending altogether.
Altogether, Trump spent
so
more just
if
in
reckless-
non-COVID spending.
If reckless spending causes inflation, Trump is your guy.
Hold on, give me a second here.
Boom, roasted. No, that was that's the point. You said inflation was caused by reckless spending, then that's what I'm trying to tell you. Donald Trump is the culprit. He presided over the third largest deficit increase. Like he just said he was good on the economy. He took credit for Obama's economy, and now come January 20th, he's going to take credit for Joe Biden's.
Oh, so Joe Biden is just fixing the economy, and it's like things are doing so great.
Yes. We
Things are doing
recovered
so
the
good.
best in the Listen to me. Everybody suffered through a pandemic. Everybody in the world. It was horrible and people suffered. Nobody is disputing that. But data tells us that we recovered the best in the G7. In the developed world of other countries that rival us, we recovered the best.
If you want to talk about, if you want to talk,
I don't understand.
hold on. If you
Here's
want to
what
talk
I don't
about spending, this shows you the pattern. Republicans
don't
come in and
understand,
spend. Clinton-
Whatever, I guess, good things with the economy that went on under Trump, it's Obama. Right?
You have to tell us a
Whatever-
thing he did that was good. We just look at legislation and say, hey, that's good legislation. That's bad. Trump just can't golf while being president and say, hey, the economy was good because of me. You have to be like, hey, Trump did this and it made the economy better. Then you can do that.
I thought I was muted. I'm so sorry.
Well, there's a lot he did in
like what?
this term.
What do you do?
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, deregulation, job creation.
The tax cut, all he did was give super
Trade
like
policy, energy independence.
we're more energy independent
That's
now.
spending.
That's not a thing.
That's spending.
That's
Do you
not
understand
anything.
that?
Stock market performance. You could go on.
That's not a thing he did.
Right?
Listen, all he did, it's every 10 years you have to write a tax code, right? Every 10 years. So when Trump got elected, it was his turn. It landed in his lap. He goes, whoop, and he slid the slider all the way to the right, gave the rich people the biggest tax cut he can give, 14% permanent tax cut.
I love that tax cut. That was my favorite time.
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk to just give rich people tax cuts? Then everybody wins, right?
Well, yeah, that's how it kind of works. I mean,
Okay.
do you really? Who do you think?
No,
who do you think government-
Lowell,
You're so
again,
smart.
wrong answer, Lowell. It does not work like that. You
That is
just
how-
were told
well, that's
that,
how
and
okay, so
you're a
do you
parrot,
think-
Lowell.
Do you think you who are on this live, okay, who are not?
Lowell, have you listened to anything that we've taught you this whole time? Because you just keep repeating wrong
kinda on
things,
two
and it's
phones
almost
right
like
now,
you're
so
not
I'm-
receiving any new information.
No, I'm just asking you a question. You who has no way of being an influential figure in government, in whatever, do you think you will benefit from anything? No, you won't.
Okay, Lowell, let me just
Why
tell
would you
you.
expect to benefit from anything?
Lowell, this is very simple. Pretend you're a household of one. And if
Okay.
you say, hey, I'm going to bring in less money to my household and I'm going to spend 1,000 times more and I'm going to spend money I don't have. Are you great at running your household? Yes or no?
Can you say that one more time?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah.
Let me draw it.
If you're in charge of your own budget and you say, "Hey, I'm not bringing in any
Here,
money. I'm
you're-
going to bring in less money. I'm going to work less. I'm not going to bring in any revenue to my household, and I'm going to spend 1,000 times more. I'm going to spend a bunch of money I do not have
Let's
in
do
my
this.
budget. Are you
Your
good
rent's-
at managing a budget?
Your rent's $4,000 and your income is $1,000. And then what you say is, hey, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to be an influencer. And then you make about $3 a day. Now you're even further. You're like negative 4,000 or negative $3,997 deficit. Is this a good move or a bad move?
One more time.
Heavens to Betsy.
No, I'm kind of just in between a couple of things here.
Hey, if you were behind on your bills and then you quit your job and you got like less income, is that good or bad move?
Well, if I'm behind on my bills and I quit my job, that's a horrible. Why would anybody do that?
Yeah, so Trump, we're behind on our bills as a nation. We're behind on our bills. We're behind on our bills, and Trump told the rich people who paid our bills, he said, "Hey, you keep all that money. You keep it. Reduce
That's not
our
how it
income.
works. But
Reduce our
the
income. We don't like
tax
that."
cuts, right? Of
Yes.
course, a rich person is going to get more out of out of tax cuts because they have more money than if somebody. Okay, if you put I guess three people, right? Somebody who has you put together three groups of people and they have different incomes, right? And you tax them based on a certain amount. The person who makes more money is going to get more out of those tax cuts than the person who's making less money. Is that not obvious?
And he'll also suffer less by paying taxes more than somebody who's making. Do you know what marginal utility is? You ever heard of that?
Marginal utility.
Yes.
I know
So it's
what-
the idea that every dollar that you make is worth less than the last one. So like, if you are poor as fuck and you have $20 and your tax.
Hold up. Somebody
Those
somebody
are very
just asked,
important
hold up,
dollars.
hold up. Somebody just asked something. Show us your paintings again.
Hey,
Ooh. I don't know. They don't like rich people in here.
eyes up here.
No, I'll read the chat. Hold on, let me get my pen real quick.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Debate King? Are you MAGA?
I guess I I'm not a Kamala supporter, but I don't know if I would say I'm MAGA. But I was gonna tell you something real quick, Pickles. I want to tell you something real quick. I was just on a couple lives, and including Alina's live. I don't know if you know Alina and NORADS.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I was just on their live, and also I was on a guy named Santana Jones. I was on his live as well, and what I just experienced the last like 2 hours, I don't even know like what, to be honest, I don't even know what to fucking think because I'm so offended and like I don't know what happened. Like I literally was talking for like 40 minutes with Santana or Mr. Jones or whatever, like, and at the end of the conversation, he literally, whatever, we say our pieces and we leave, and he literally tells me, he's like, "Oh, I actually zoned out the first 2 minutes you were talking. The first 2 minutes you were talking, I zoned out, and I just, you just don't like black women. That's why you didn't vote for Kamala. You just don't like black women." I'm like, what the actual fuck? Like, what? I'm actually curious because I feel like you're pretty respectful. Can you explain to me, like, am I missing something? Like, do you guys know something that I don't?
Sounds like you don't like black women.
If you think that story made sense,
Not
it did
you
not.
two.
That would be my advice. That was not a good retelling. Like you were like, and then something happened, and then something completely unrelated happened, and then this other character, that guy, and I was in this live, and then you guys tell me I'm right, right? Like, no, we'd have no
I'm
idea
not
what you're
telling you
talking
I'm right.
about.
I'm not asking you-
Absolutely, I'll just speak for everyone here. We do not understand what you're saying, and you're not a good communicator. Just based off how you just told us that story, none of us know what you're talking about. So maybe that's why people zoned out because they're just
Actually,
like,
you
what
can-
is he
if
saying?
if I'm not a good communicator, you can just bring up Chris. He was there, so Chris can explain it, I guess.
Oh shit.
I don't know if I'm here to air out everybody's laundry, but if... Oh, he's got an
Air
echo.
laundry. I'm actually curious. Like, I want to talk about this. I want you to explain to me how, after everything I just talked about with Santana, that the conclusion that he came up with was that I voted for Trump over Kamala because I don't want a black woman as president. I want to know where that logic comes from.
Wait,
We would have to hear the rest of the debate.
Yeah.
We did not hear the conversation. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't have the context to give you the answer that you want. You're coming here for validation that we cannot give
I'm
you,
not coming
sir.
here for
We were not
validation. I just
there.
think last time I talked to
For all
people-
we know, you said something horrifically bigoted. We don't know. We didn't hear the conversation. We don't know. We can't say one way or another. I'm sorry that you had a bad night, though.
You know what,
No,
Debate
it's-
King? I'm just
actually
going to take your
genuinely curious
side
'cause
right
I've
now.
had people on this app change my mind. Like, I've literally had people on this app change my mind. I
Debate-
used to think a man should only be with a woman. I've completely changed on that. I think that was just made up and I was brainwashed to think that. Like, I'm actually curious, like, maybe I'm wrong on this as well. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to come here for validation. I'm actually trying to come here for discussion.
But okay,
Unless you
again,
guys
though,
want-
we don't know what you are talking about. I just can't stress enough that we were not there, so we don't know anything about what you're talking about. And you're asking us to make a judgment that like you're a good guy or you're right, but nobody in here heard that
No,
conversation.
That's what I was going to say. Debate King,
Yes.
we believe you. You were wrong, and I'm sorry on Alina's behalf. And
Well, no, Alina didn't
Alina,
do anything. Alina actually wanted to talk with
Okay.
me. NORAD's actually kicked me out before Alina started.
I met Alina
Okay,
once, and I
so
really liked her. So that's my thought about
I'm
Alina. She
banning
seems really smart and really
Alina,
cool.
NORAD's, everyone, all of them, right now, forever, because of what you just said.
What are you doing to them?
I'm gonna ban them all forever.
Oh,
You're gonna
Yeah.
ban them? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
they're banned.
I'm personally offended because you're so hurt. I'm gonna like cry myself to sleep tonight. I'm so sorry that happened to you. You deserve so much better.
No, I'm just kidding. But what do you want me to do? Like, what do you think I should do?
Well, no, I don't. I'm trying to like, cause I'm trying to understand. Like, what's like, where is that logic coming from? Like, first of all, Santana Jones wasted 40 minutes of my time. That's first of all, because I literally was talking with him and explaining I'll debate.
So
you right
you're
now.
here
You
to
can tell
waste
me the
our
same thing.
time?
I'll
Is
just
this
debate
some
you right
sort
now.
of revenge for your finite resource being wasted? So you're going to waste
Hold on.
our time?
I want to hold on.
I'm not. I mean,
on.
aren't you guys here for a discussion?
Hold on.
This is
I
a
am.
little bit of
You
a
guys
time
hold
is a
on.
Debate
finite
King.
resource,
Debate
and you're
King.
wasting ours.
I want to tell you a story. I went to a therapist once, and I saw him like probably 6 times, and I was in pretty bad shape. And then he like asked me some like really personal questions, and I like talked about my mom. I ended up like crying really hard, and like snot coming out of my nose and like ugly crying. And like the next time I came back, he like looked me in the eyes and he goes, "Hey, so how are you? Like, do you have a history with your mom?" And I was like, "You don't remember? I just gave you this huge heartfelt thing, but I couldn't get my money back, dude. And I certainly didn't get on TikTok and get on someone's live and tell them about it. I don't think there's anything anyone can do about this."
I had a therapist tell me one time that it was just too much for them. I got fired.
So, what I got from that conversation is you're also closed-minded and you're not open to discussion.
No, I'm
We
just
can
saying,
have a discussion if you want to debate, but you have to actually start a discussion. You
Yeah.
right now are just complaining about something that none of us even know what you're talking about, and you're just like here to whine, and you
Okay,
want
I'll
us to
summarize
validate
it.
you.
I'll
Yeah.
But
summarize it.
we're not
I'll
getting
s-
paid by the hour to validate you.
Yeah.
You
I'll
need that.
summarize.
You should get a therapist. There are unbiased third parties who you can pay
I'm
to
sorry,
listen to
I'm
you
not privileged
complain.
like you, Felice. I don't have money like that.
no,
Anyways, but
dude,
what I-
life's a
what I was
bitch, but
saying
she's
is-
totally doable. All right.
just moving forward, I'll summarize it as fast as I can because I know Felice's time is so valuable. So I'll summarize it this way. When I was talking to Santana Jones, I basically said in a nutshell that I voted for Trump initially just because he seemed more genuine to me, but I have reservations about that thought process, that I think that he actually might be a con man, and I'm not sure about it. But what I do know is Kamala flip-flops a lot. I don't necessarily trust her either. And that's what in a nutshell, that's what I was talking about. And I was saying how, like, if you look at Kamala's track record, she doesn't look like she has the highest moral, ethical standing, whatever. And then, but you can say the same thing about, like, Trump. If we're being fair, the thing about Trump is kind of like a pig as well. And that's what I was saying in a nutshell. I was trying to figure out, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I kind of bit my
You were
tongue.
both sidesing an argument, which is not debate. So yeah, I mean, and then you tried to fit in an insult to a creator at the beginning there and be like, he might be a grifter really quick. You just thought you'd slip that in there. Like, you're doing the same thing you were doing before.
Who do you think might be a
If you
grifter?
want to, he said, saying that Santana guy, that was the guy that was up here at the beginning of the live for a second.
Oh,
right?
I know.
Santana
I
might
know.
be a grifter. What are you talking
That,
about?
Did
yes,
you say
that's
that?
what you said right before you started making up lies about Kamala Harris. You said, "Oh,
Or
he
did
might
you
be a
say
grifter.
Trump might be a grifter?
I don't know. That's what you said. No, he said
Okay,
that at the end.
No, I said I'm talking about Trump. Maybe my audio is. Can you hear me?
He said the Trump thing at the end.
I don't think Santana Jones is a grifter. I don't know where you got that. but-
Okay, good. I think that's
No,
great
Santana
that
Jones
we clarified
he's not
that.
a grifter. He's a closed-minded individual, but he's not a grifter. I think a grifter is more like, I would say, like Dean and Parker.
Oh,
Like
don't
those
even go
are
there.
more like grifters. But anyway.
Are you done complaining though? Like, I
No,
don't know
I
what
mean,
to tell
you're just
you.
making
Like,
up
it
things. You're
just
talking about
seems like you're having a bad
misinformation.
night. It
Felice,
seems like you're having a rough
misinformation.
time in debates on TikTok, and you're here to complain about it. I'm sorry that you're having a rough go. It happens from time to
I'm
time.
mainly here because last time I talked to Pickles, he seemed very reasonable, and I was just thinking maybe he can shed some light on maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I actually, I don't know, maybe deep down, maybe I'm grasping at straws, to be honest. Maybe I'm wasting my time here. But I've been
We're
told
not going to
numerous
insult
times
other
that-
leftist creators and validate you, if that's what you're trying to get us to do. It seems like you want us to validate you and say that there are creators who are what?
No. I'm trying to have a I'm trying to understand where I went wrong. Like, I'm trying to understand what I said what in everything I said implied that I did not vote for Kamala because she's a black woman.
This is very one-sided right now, and it's not exactly fair. So why don't you make a stance that we can debate?
Wait, can you explain to me why you think it's one-sided?
Because you're the only one here speaking on what happened in these debates, these other lives, and
Well, Chris is here. Chris is here. He can speak on it. I think he was present during most of that live.
Yeah, and you're like telling like maybe 5% of the story, right? You were the one being closed-minded. You were defending sexism and racism, and you legit provided like zero evidence. So like if you get ran off because the debate was I was literally sitting at the bottom barbecuing a steak while listening to you make circular arguments. Like I'm not here to defend you. You're going after Santana because you can't debate like that. Like that's crazy, dog. Like that is
No, that's actually not why. Santana actually.
See how
when I
context
finished talking
can
with
be
Santana,
such a
he
B
literally
when
said-
it goes against you?
So Chris, you're gonna deny the fact that after I went off the live, right after I went off the live, he literally said, I actually zoned out the first 2 minutes he was talking. I just think he didn't vote for Kamala.
Yeah, that's
because
just a
she's black woman."
sarcastic thing to say.
Chris,
He
are
was
you
making
interrupting
fun
when
of
I'm
you. He
talking?
was
Like,
saying you were
how is Chris gonna
uninteresting.
listen? How is Chris going to hear me if you're talking every time
I
I'm
was
talking?
there. I don't need to listen to you. You're just okay. So here's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't even answer my question. Did he say that or no?
No, he didn't. All right.
Okay, you're a fucking liar.
Okay, there you go. Do you want me to get Santana here? So don't start crying.
You're just a fucking liar, dude. Just plain and simple. You're just a liar, and I hope someone screen recorded that.
Okay, cool. He's got the screen recording.
Yeah, everything's
fine.
recorded,
Right.
so
Don't
like
lie.
you're not safe, debate king. But you know,
I feel like I need to hand you guys some sock and bobbers and just let you.
Jerry.
Chat, if you want to do actual debates, hop in the box if
That's
you're MAGA.
crazy. Chris is a fucking liar.
Okay.
Until then, we've got Jerry Springer.
What was better, Jerry or Mari, in your opinion?
Jerry was just too fake. I don't know, they both were at some point. They were just horrible.
Like,
There was one on Jerry that I saw that was a dude that was puking on his chick when they were smashing. And like he was like, "You know what? Fine. If you don't like it, I found someone who does." And it was like this chick that like came out and he like did it right there on stage.
oh Lord, that's nasty.
Yeah.
It's really- But like, wasn't Jerry Springer a lawyer at one point or something?
I don't know.
Like, I think he's
He's a
actually
lawyer, and he's also in politics.
Yeah, like I
both.
thought he was really intelligent individual.
He is. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made one of the most popular, most widely. He made a lot of money. I mean,
Oh,
it depends on what you consider intelligent.
Yeah. I mean, he found what works for him, and
He laughed all the way to the bank.
yeah, with all his old fancy cars.
I love how Chris puts baby bottles in the chat, but he literally believes in a made-up person in the sky. I love that.
Okay. You voted for Trump. I really don't care.
Oh, you don't have to care. I'm just speaking facts.
Do you want to tell me?
Thank you, Phil. Phil just gave me $10 for my valuable time. Thank you. Debate King is wasting it right now. Thank you,
No.
Phil. You're the best. W, Phil.
Tap the screen. I want to see hearts. Come on,
Army
tap.
veteran? That makes sense.
What do you think you're doing, dude? You've not said anything.
What do you
in-
think you're doing, dude?
Yeah, dude. Like, you came up here bitching like a little preteen. So, I mean, are you going to offer us anything? Because this is like,
Oh no, I didn't come here to talk to you. I came here to talk to Pickles, but I feel like it feels like Pickles is not interested in my
yeah,
conversation.
he's like
Yeah,
totally bored with you.
I did more than the person you voted for did, right? I didn't run from gunfire. The dude that you literally voted for ran from the draft like 5 times, right? And yeah, you're talking about sky daddies, but you believe that Trump did trickle down economics like in his first term, right? But you weren't able to articulate any of these points on Santana's panel, so you got to switch to ad homs conveniently when I leave. All right, cool. Let's debate right now. Let's do it. Economics, foreign policy, whatever you want. I'm here.
Oh no, I didn't need that.
Sorry, Chris, you're wasting my valuable time.
All right, then. All right, cool. So are you actually up here to debate? Because I am mod here, right? I do have to clear space if you're not up here to debate, if you're just going to whine. Or are you here?
I'm here to talk to Pickles exclusively.
All right.
Exclusively. You gotta pay extra for that.
Yeah, so it's either make an argument or I'm going to, move on with the flow of this because I am a mod here because I don't want to waste this time. So make an argument to Pickles and get this party started. You've been up here crying. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, Pickles, just the main thing I wanted to talk about is there evidence that you can present to me specifically that if I voted for Trump over Kamala, that I have something against black women? Simple question.
I can pull you up legislation that you uphold by voting on that side, that we can pull data and show that it does affect black women disproportionately.
Okay, so you're saying by supporting
Conservatives' policies disproportionately marginalize, disenfranchise, and disempower black women, black people, yes, and you can see that in data. That's what impact studies are for, yeah.
So you're saying by supporting a person like Trump and his policies that I'm indirectly...
By supporting conservative policies, you are disempowering, disenfranchising, marginalizing black women. Absolutely. They're called impact studies. They're done all the time on conservative policies.
Okay, so conservative policies indirectly affect people in a way that's basically racist.
Conservative policies disenfranchise, disempower, marginalize, all those things. Black people, black and brown people, minority groups, the LGBTQIA, absolutely.
That's also
the point. That's what conserve means.
They're also tearing down things that we've put in place to try to undo that and to undo that harm.
That's what conserve means. It means, hey, when the Constitution was written in the late 1700s, it recognized white male landowners, right, as people. And they believe that they're originalists, they like originalist interpretation of the Constitution, and they dig their feet in and try to conserve that. They do not want people to have equality. They do not want people to have equity. That's why we have to fight. That's why we had to fight for the 19th Amendment so women could vote. That's why we had to fight for black and brown, for slavery to end, right? States' rights. That's what it was. It was conservatives in the South saying, we want to keep our slaves. Right? That's what 2A was. It was conservatives in the South saying our slaves are running away and we want the right to track them down with militias and shoot them. So if you're asking if conservative policies marginalize, disenfranchise, and disempower black people, absolutely. Every single day. That's where, how else does states' rights work? Right? Marginalizing the black and brown vote. Disempowering the black and brown vote, making it harder to register to vote. So yes, that's data.
Okay. Okay. I still don't understand. I still don't see how. I still don't see how what I said to Santana would prove that I don't like a black woman, or that Kamala being a black woman would influence my decision on voting. I don't understand that. I don't think you've presented an argument that's strong enough.
Yeah, that's not what you're asking. You're talking about something else. So I don't know what you're even. Again, I wasn't there when you were talking to whoever you were. I don't understand. I have no context to that conversation.
I could probably derive what may have happened. They say, hey, Kamala is the most qualified person to ever run for president, and maybe they asked you questions to say why she wasn't qualified, and maybe you didn't raise a significant concern, like a valid concern. You're like, hey, she I don't know, tore the tag off of a comforter in a furniture store. And, you know, we're like, hey, Trump committed 34 felonies.
Okay. Okay.
Or she's flip-flopper when, like, she went from, hey, fracking's obviously not good for the environment to, okay, I'll approve fracking. And she actively approved, like, there weren't too many things, but they always came back with that one talking point. Or, like, why can't she do everything now? She's in office when we obviously need Congress. It's just silly political, like, one-liners that didn't make sense that everybody ran with.
Okay. I did mention that, by the way, the thing about the fracking and her, like, her flip-flopping on certain issues just because I feel like she wanted to get a certain demographic to vote for her. But
it's obviously what Trump's doing. Like, first of all, you have to come up with a plan. Like, what Trump did was, since conservatives don't give away free money, they cut taxes. And what Trump did was like, I'm going to cut everyone's fucking taxes. Everyone. Years to get everyone, the whole voter base. And everyone's like, okay, how are you going to pay for that, bro? Because you already spent way more than you should have last time. How are we going to pay for this? And he's like, tariffs. And now he's threatened Mexico and Canada with tariffs. And they've both said, okay, you try it. Like, fuck around and find out. So now he has no plan to bring in any money. He went to China too, and they're like, we'll shut your economy down. We'll just shut it down. Try putting more tariffs. So he has no plan to bring in any money. He's just giving away the world. He's going to bankrupt us and like Elon do surgery on our budget along with the guy, the architect of Project 2025 and other authors. It's actually really scary.
And China's not going to let us have minerals anymore, and Xi Jinping's already about to let us find out. That's true. Like, besides gallium, other things too, right? Like, didn't he just announce he's going to cut us off from minerals that we need to produce technology? Like, so we are going to find out. Like,
do you mind if
Trump doesn't understand how the world economy works, and he runs his mouth, and we will find out. Do you know what mutually assured destruction is? We have mutually assured destruction with the Mexican economy, with the Chinese economy. If one of us fails, we all fail. We are a trade bloc. Canada, Mexico, the U.S., and down the coast we go. We are a trade bloc. That's what we call it. We compete against other trade blocs.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And not to mention, Felice brought this up, like, one of the big things that Trump claims was an accomplishment of his was the USMCA, which was like the trade deal with Mexico and Canada, I believe, and China. Like, it was a huge trade deal. So every time he's come back and said, hey, we're going to do tariffs, it's directly against that deal he made. It's like, hey, fuck you, like, it really is an act of war almost. Like, you're threatening these other countries' economies. Like, can you imagine if someone did something?
It's a deal he's going back on. Someone pointed that out. That's his deal. The USMCA is Trump's deal.
Yeah.
And he's going back on his own deal. He's betraying people in a deal he renegotiated and amended.
And imagine a country threatening us with an action that would reduce our GDP by like percentage points. That's what he's doing to Canada and Mexico. They're like, whoa, this is serious.
So you're basically saying like Trump is unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh, he's. I mean, unhinged or not smart or selfish, a combination of all malignant narcissists. You know, it's a combination of many. It's nuanced. It's nothing good.
I think, yeah, I definitely was biased to Trump, maybe. I think everything you're saying is making sense. As far as what Felice was saying, what Pickles was saying is true too, but like I was mainly listening to Felice when she was talking about, that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still confused on what happened earlier, but hopefully I'll just figure it out. I don't really want to,
I think that this is my real advice. If you want real advice on it, the internet, we all have the attention spans of a goldfish on the internet. Like, no one even remembers what happened to you earlier. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean that like in your favor. I'm not saying it rudely. I'm saying like everyone already forgot. So you just like don't talk about it and like just come back like nothing happened. But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry so much about it. It'll be fine. Like, just it sounds like you had said some things or angered some people. Like Alina, I'll just speak for women. Like Alina and Nora, those are women debating on the internet, and they're pretty intelligent. Like, if you're saying things that are offending them, I would just ask yourself why.
Yeah,
I don't think they're just lashing out at people for no reason.
I will be canceled one day. Something will I'm just gonna have to we're all gonna get through it. It'll be all
Chris,
right.
I retract my statement about your military service. I'm sorry. I was emotional. That was
Daniel, this too shall pass, debate king. Daniel says in the comment, this too shall pass.
I do retract that. That was not appropriate with what I said.
No, it's all good.
But yeah. Anyways, have a good night, y'all.
All right, you too, bub.
You too. You're gonna make it.
All right, about to go hit this light skin sleep session, but I'm gonna go mod the comments for a few more minutes. But I'll see y'all.
Son.
Bye, Chris. Chris is growing on me. I really like him. I'm serious.
Hello?
That was so funny, Dana. I almost said it. That was a good one, Dana. Dana for the win.
Oh, no.
Did you mean to come up?
Sorry.
Nope, that's
Not
okay.
at all.
I gotcha. Chat, if you're MAGA, hop in the chat. Do kings dream? I'll never know. Did someone say they zoned out? I'm the king of zoning out. I'm the king of zoning out.
We are on the internet. Everybody has ADHD. Like, we're all zoning it out. Like, I can barely, like, remember 5 minutes ago.
What do I think about the TikTok ban? Scary. Thank God I've only invested a few months into TikTok. Like, in in the old days, I invested so much more, like, into Facebook before it bit the dust. That hurt.
I just don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Like the TikTok stuff, I think worst case scenario, it will be sold. I think if there's something to worry about, it's who would it be sold to? That's what to worry about, right? But this is capitalism. Like, Donald Trump campaigned on not shutting TikTok down. I'm not just saying he campaigned on it. He campaigned on it because he was lobbied by one of the major shareholders who gave him a lot of money to defend TikTok. And think about it. Donald Trump's a populist. I just don't see it. Also, sitting on our Supreme Court are American imperialists, like, who believe in capitalism. So I think one way or another, it will be okay.
Yeah, Disney didn't buy it, by the way. It's fake. Hello?
Hi, I'm a friendly. I was actually tapping, and I guess I requested.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for tapping. You're awesome. It's nice to meet you.
You guys, I love you guys so much, and I love what you do.
Well, thank you. And thank you for tapping.
Then it's mutual. Thank you for tapping. You're
course.
amazing. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good. Thank you. You guys too.
You guys, you just don't understand how long this fight's going to go on. Like, Xi Jinping has already said he's going to get involved. He's cutting off minerals to the United States, which we need for our economy to survive. That's like shots fired, because he's saying if you're going to set a precedent that you're going to affect Chinese, companies that Chinese, are in the American market that China might have ownership in, then we'll see how China can affect the U.S. economy. And believe me, Xi Jinping can turn off the American economy. He can turn off Apple. Like, all their factories are in China. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be a long war. Like, Xi Jinping will enter the chat at some point. Like, we don't know what will happen, but I wouldn't spend like every waking moment thinking about this. There are many steps to go.
What's up, Tantan?
We've had lots of talks with Xi. We like Xi a lot. Xi's a great guy. I've had lots of talks with Xi and lots of talks with Kim. Has anybody ever heard of Kim? We love Kim. I've had lots of talks with him. We're doing great things, and I need to tell you, you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. We're doing great things. We've already started tariffing Discord, so if you have not joined the Discord, what are you doing? Why haven't you done it? Felice has even got a Discord too, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant, but this is Pickles Live, and I know Pickles like the back of my hand, so you might want to join that one. But join ours too, please. Join them both, or else we're gonna come to your house and we will tax everything. We're gonna do lots of things. We're doing brilliant things right now. We've talked with Kim, and we've talked with Vladimir. Has anybody ever heard of this guy, Vladimir Putin? A great guy. Lots of great things. We've talked with Bobby as well. Bobby's been doing great things. He's been slowly eating. He's gone down to 2 Big Macs a day. Only 2. Great things. And I will leave now.
Sniffing is hilarious.
I will leave now. I don't know what you're talking about. This is me breathing. Do you have a problem with me breathing? Excuse me. And please join our Discord. And say you came from the live, and we will greet you, and we will love you, and we will do great things to you, and we will protect you, because I am the reflector protector, as they like to call it. I do lots of things to protect
whether you want it or not.
That's correct. Felice is right. What a brilliant person. And we love you so much, guys. We must make America gooey again. I've had a new saying recently. We must make it gooey again. We have to do that. We have to do it, or else we might go to a failing nation. What are you looking at me for, John? Oh, sorry, Pickles. Fuck my best.
My name's not John.
I'm sorry. That was actually an accident. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm going to leave now. I'm so sorry.
Tanner, you're awesome.
Chat, we're looking at, guys, should I do collab videos? Would you guys buy if I did collab videos on TikTok Shop? Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the chat, or hop in the box. Until then, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at our options here for collaborations with TikTok Shop. And right now we've got a beanie. This is a definite yes. This is me all day. We're gonna get that.
You take that beanie off because people were saying you looked like Rabbit. Like evident.
It was a little warm too, but yeah. And then oops, cancel ad. Yeah. Request it.
I tried one time to do like not a TikTok Shop collab, but like someone paying me to like do something on TikTok through the, you know what I'm saying, and I couldn't do it.
What else we got? Mystery boxes, party bags, luxury
mystery
handbags.
Boxes.
I can't do that. We do got shorts.
I could go either way.
What are these shorts? Ooh, do you guys want to see my legs?
Someone said you look handsome in any hat. I think it was Danielle.
Oh, thank you.
Danielle. I look good in hats too. I had a sponsor once. Didn't we all?
What do I need? I'm 180 pounds. My waist We're gonna go with large. I'm a large.
I love the name Vladimir Putin. That was funny.
Go back. Select sample, large, black. We're getting that too. Request. Submit. Let's go ahead and do that.
You really gonna do this stuff? I can't. You
No.
can't even make like a TikTok a day. You're
No. I'll probably never do it. A to C. What? No. Oh, these are just fast charging cables. Oh, C to C. 3.3. Yeah, we could use one of those.
So are they gonna mail you this stuff and then you need to make like a video and then you're just not gonna do it? Is that what's about to happen?
I mean, for the shoes, I might really do it. What's up with these shoes?
I thought those were socks. Like,
No,
what?
these are shoes. I think I would probably wear these, like, in black. Yeah? Wear those. Or brown. Black. Let's do black. We're gonna get those in black. Got it. Suckers. Just kidding.
I can't wait for your commercial on fast charging cables.
I actually do need this. I do need this. We could promote this easily. Dog grooming kit and pet vacuum all in one. It's $50.99. I get $5 per purchase. You're killing us. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, hop in the box. Why are we on Tip Top Shop? You gotta
These are like,
collab with Chamoy.
yeah, they're asking who's the golden retriever.
Oh, we're
Where's the
dog
golden
sitting this
retriever?
weekend. We're dog sitting. Yeah, we're
This
dogs.
looks like he could be in a commercial. Golden retrievers all look like they could be in a commercial.
So I click, oh, you asked me that earlier, Phil. No, I don't collect Pokemon cards. I used to. I actually used to have really badass Pokemon cards. Ones that you could only buy. I had promo cards you could only win in the Pokemon League. And I gave them away to my boss's son once. I'm such an idiot. I think about it all the time.
Come on, you have. If you do collab, you have to collab with Chamoy Pickles. It only makes sense.
Bruh. Chamoy.
It only makes sense. Yeah, they're like the pickles. They're soaked in whatever brine. And they're all like red or sometimes blue.
God, no. No.
W. Lauren, thank you so much, Lauren.
Got
It says
it.
Felice
You got
Navidad.
it.
Great
It
to see you
only
as
makes
part of
sense.
the Crick Pickles crew. Thank you, Lauren. That's very nice. I love being here. You guys are so fun.
We love you being here.
Seriously, you guys are really cool.
You are
Yeah, you're the best.
so incredibly smart and so incredibly educated, and it's really fun to hear every single time.
Like, wish everyone could see how messed up my brain is.
Chat, should I do outfit of the day for you guys? I want to show you guys.
Get ready with me. Should we do a get ready with me?
So we've got diesel jeans. Okay. No belt.
We cannot see you. We can't see you.
Here we go. Diesel jeans. Okay. With a little roll up, and I've got fancy socks on. Got Christmas socks on. With Vans.
Are you frozen?
I better not be. Am I tall? I am tall.
You're wearing shoes indoors?
Yeah, I am, because they're a bitch to take off, because they're like all laced up. That's it. That's my whole outfit.
But that's the entire. You didn't even mention the shirt or the hat.
And this is my NASA hat. I wear it every day, even though I don't care about NASA. And I got a black shirt on from.
Am I frozen or not? Can you guys hear me?
You're not frozen.
You're good.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, you gotta do Chamoy pickles. You know you have to. It's demanded.
Oh. How tall am I?
I still don't understand what those are. Do I need to try what a chamoy pickle is?
Chat, guess how tall I am.
I know, I think because Chelsea told me, so I think I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems like people already know. Well,
I don't know. I'm showing this for
5'10". Oh. 3'4".
3'4".
3'4". That's correct. It's 3'4".
Inflation has you at 5'10". Damn it.
That's funny.
I'm
5'9" and 3/4". I'm almost 5'10", but with shoes on, I'm 5'10".
I'm 6'4", chat. I'm 6'4". I'm a tall, skinny green bean.
Oh, I thought you were 6'3". Kimber, you're tall too? Yay. Not tall enough for Division I volleyball. Like, in Division I volleyball, I was very short. But in life, like, people think I'm 5'9" and 3/4" is tall. But I always wish to be, like, 6'1". But I have freakishly long arms, so that makes up for it.
6'9"? You're not.
I'm taxing you 20% of your height. Let's not tax people by their height. That would be horrible. Another way I'd be discriminated against.
I cannot play basketball.
I cannot play basketball. I'm Benjamin Buttoning mentally. So, if you're Benjamin Buttoning physically, that's okay. It's happening to me mentally.
Pickle stubs his fingers on basketball. I have the worst posture though, because I'm gaming my whole life. I'm sat down on a computer gaming my whole life. I'm exactly like one of those like evolution charts.
That's funny. That was a funny joke. My posture used to be worse when I worked in the tech industry, and it's gotten better now. But yeah, I mean, from absolutely garbage to slightly less garbage, I don't know if that's really doing anything.
Pickles, we haven't seen your hair because of the constant hat wearing. Show your hair. Guys, I have male pattern baldness. I have thin hair on top, so I keep my hair short.
Did you take your hat off? I wasn't looking.
I did. I showed you guys.
I know. I think walking like 10 miles a day, Kimber, helped my posture because it helped me like walking. If you walk like 10 to 12 miles a day, it does build your core a lot.
Field trip to Turkey, right?
Have you ever had long hair?
Yes. Do you want to see?
Yeah. Yes, that's why I was asking.
Let me see. Oh, this is me when I was 21.
Oh God, you're so emo. You must have been listening to Fall Out Boy and just
Oh yeah, I had 1-inch
Panic at the
gauges.
Disco.
Yeah, that's my brother's, my older brother.
Were your ears gauged? Are they gauged still?
No, I had them
Because we
sewn
never
up.
see your ears because you had them sewn up. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was gonna say we never have show us your ears.
All right,
I have
your
an
turn.
ear
Show us your
fetish.
elbows.
I need to see your ears.
Show us your
now.
ankles.
I have very slender ankles, if anyone's wondering. So don't worry.
That's me when I had a little bit longer hair. (2019). It's my first stream setup. Look at that. It's a chicken tattoo I got on my butt. My stream paid me to do it.
There's a cock on your butt.
That's right.
Your stream, you did that for
I
your
streamed
gaming
it.
community?
The tattoo, yeah. I streamed me getting the tattoo too. With my
That's
butt cheeks out.
How old is Pickles?
She's like 10.
Oh my gosh, so adorable. Debate King, you're still here. Yay.
Dang, I got him to sign this, guys. I got the Ice King to sign this. Winter is here. To John. Which is not my name still.
Oh, Jon Snow signed that? That's really cool, actually.
No, the not Jon Snow, but
Oh, that guy?
yeah. I was like 14. I had bleach blonde tips.
Oh my god, that is adorable. That's actually so cute.
Pickles.
Nothing like frosted tips.
My first stream setups. It's wild. Chat, if you're MAGA, come debate us. Tell us why you support Trump. Sorry, guys, we kind of got sidetracked. I need to clean it out. That's so 2002. I think that pretty much was 2002. I was a freshman in high school.
Auditioning for like 98 Degrees. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very 2002. Could have been in sync.
Yeah, I graduated 06. Frosted tips in the 90s. I think it was like Sum 41 that like really killed it. Or like made everybody want to do that.
They're Canadian, right? I don't know why that's like the only thing I know about them. I can't even remember what song they sang, but didn't like Avril Lavigne date the lead singer? Like, what's his name? Derek Whibley or something?
I forget. I don't even know, actually.
But I have no idea what. I have a very good memory. I have a scary memory.
Yeah, he dated. Okay, yeah. The chat says yes.
I have a very disturbing memory.
They're both Canadian. That's right.
Yeah, they're both Canadian, and like Derek is, when I look at him, he kind of has like a pug face, so I think he's cute in that pug way. You know, like such a fucked up face, you love it. I always thought he was really cute. But yeah, they're Canadian. Oh no, did I freeze?
No, you're good.
There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to like share the live everywhere. I'm like insulting
Appreciate
MAGA on Twitter. I'm like, listen, you little MAGA men. I know you want to yell at somebody. Please join. Please join the debates. But yeah, everyone keep tapping. Tap tap. Get the tapping. Tap that screen. And I'm still sick, but I'm doing the best I can. I just wanted to share. I'm going to eat some fish sticks in the shape of sharks, and I'm very excited about it. It's like a hammerhead shark, and it's a fish stick. And I think that's really cool. I don't know if restart would help.
I probably should do a
Anything.
restart.
You think it would?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something real quick before I do so that I don't fuck up my own. When I got on, we spent like 10 minutes talking to friendlies and it hurt my algo. Let me see.
Like, how does it know? Like, how does it not send out because of friendlies?
Like, people just want to see debates. So
they just stay away.
yeah, so there's like, oh, it's a friendly. I'm going to keep scrolling. The average view time, when it's short, it sends out less.
Okay.
What do you mean upgrade to premium? Under review. Okay. I'm on X. I'm trying to figure out how to change my password really quick. Because I forgot it.
I never remember those passwords.
I'm sure it's because they had some crazy requirement. How do I change my goddamn password? There we go.
So what do you think about the Nick Fuentes ordeal?
I think it's a big nothing burger. You mean him? Oh, you mean him getting jailed?
Yeah, not the Destiny thing, but yeah, the jail. Is he actually in custody, or I haven't followed up? Oh,
Last I
good.
saw, he was. Yeah, mugshot and all.
Well, I don't know exactly what was going on. Like, she didn't seem that aggressive, like, for what you can tell in the clip. So, I don't know. Like, do you know who she was? Like, was she harassing him?
No, I think she knocked on his door.
Like, that's all it was. And, like, he maced her or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good lord.
Yeah.
Just the way he acts, I think he's obviously got a very serious anger issue or emotional response issue.
I think he's overcompensating for something.
Sounds like, yeah.
Is what I think is the truth about Nick Fuentes. But as part, like, you know, I'm pansexual, so who could say what may or may not be going on with Nick Fuentes? But yeah, I think that it's a little ridiculous, like what he's doing, because I think he's trying to prove something, you know, that he doesn't need to try to prove because no one cares it's okay to be whoever Nick Fuentes may or may not be.
Yeah. See, I have an issue. I'm not sure, and this might sound really stupid, and it's just because of my lack of exposure, I guess. But I don't really know if I'm pan or if I'm bi. I think I am pan, but I've never had the opportunity to be with anybody else, so I don't know.
Well, you don't, like, I think sexuality, you don't necessarily have to act on it to know, right? Like, because you could be a child and be you know, like, have your sexual, or you could know your sexual orientation and not necessarily act on it. So yeah, you just to say, like, you know, because that's the argue sometimes on the right, like, well, I'm not gay, I've never had sex with a man. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, you don't have to act on your sexual orientation necessarily to know what your sexual orientation is. But yeah, like, I just think for me as a pansexual, like, it's just the last thing I'm ever thinking about is what kind of genitals someone has. I think Republicans are very obsessed with people's genitals for some reason. They're always talking about, you know, kids' genitals, women's genitals, who has what genitals, like, they want to investigate people's genitals. I don't care. Like, if I love I'm a sapiosexual, right? Like, I'm attracted to people's minds. That's how I decide who I care about, and that's how I see it. You know, the last thing I'm thinking about is, like, excuse me, what kind of genitals do you have? I need to do an investigation.
That helps me kind of, like, that's how I feel about people. It's not about the genitalia. It's about the mental part. You know, I'm not attracted based on that. You know, I guess some women are, and that's not a mindset I go into thinking, oh, what's he packing? Like, I don't, I don't care. But that was an interesting conversation I needed to have. Thank you. J3 is somebody that likes Trump. Get in the box, J3. Yeah, like, I'm attracted to intelligence and humor. A good sense of humor. Wittiness. No, J3 don't. Aw, J3's scared. It's okay. J3's scared. Alright. I'm gonna hop back down, but y'all keep clapping the screen and keep sharing. Share on different platforms, please. I know there's people out there that want to talk. Just want to talk. I love you both. You're awesome.
Love you back.
I'm gonna go back down in my.
Have a good night.
You too.
What you doing, Pickles?
Trying to log into X
I
to
know.
stream there.
I know. I have no idea why. Like, when I tried to push my stream from Streamlabs, it didn't work either. And I don't know why, because I am logged in. I still need to figure that out. I have to, like, troubleshoot tomorrow or spend a lot of time, because And I subscribe to X like in order to try it. I feel sick. I paid Elon Musk money.
I know. I actually did feel the same way.
I feel ill about like that's the worst part of my day. Realizing to push the stream to X, I had to pay Elon Musk money. And I don't even know why. Like, and I don't know why it didn't work. I have to figure that out.
I think that's what I'm doing right now, actually. Yeah. Oh, I'm live. Nice. I'm live on the TikToks. I mean, on the Twitters.
Nice.
I'm thinking about switching over to my gaming Twitter. It's going to be a shock to some people, though. I don't know. They probably know by now.
They probably know by now. What, that you care about politics? That you're a progressive? Is that really looked down upon in the gaming community?
Yeah, I mean, also they'd have to, like, I have a friend on here that has 1 million followers and he had to unfollow me because I'm political now. And I was like, dang.
It's fine though. Like that's how you find your people. The thing is, like, you'll never get anywhere unless you like stand for something. And then the best thing is once you start saying your opinions and how you really feel, then you meet like the coolest people you'll ever meet in your life, you know? Like if you never say like your real feelings, then you always are just floating around people that you won't be able to relate to you. Once I started saying my opinions on the internet, that is when I met like people that for the first time in my life like understood me.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding, and you're only going to lose people who you didn't want in the first place. Trust me. And on that note, I have so much work tomorrow. I think I need to go to sleep so I can be up to make outlines for next week. Are you going to... Oh, you're not going live tomorrow. You're doing movie night? Let me know. I'll just text you tomorrow and see what you're doing.
Okay. Alrighty. Have a good night.